morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred on this date in years past, both recognized by other historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the smart device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music done by Carrera, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Xander, and today I'm joined by...
The Slayer.
The Slayer, welcome. Are you gonna be an audience member again today?
No, I'm gonna participate.
Oh, awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we missed you the past couple of days, so.
Yeah,
actually,
since it is the last day of January.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's right. Today is Tuesday, aka Tears Day, aka Tuesday, January 31st, 2023. So.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to start us off today?
Yeah, sure. In 314, Saint Sylvester the First begins his reign as a Catholic Pope.
All right.
In the year 1504, under the Treaty of Lyon, French King Louis XII cedes Naples to Ferdinand II of Aragon after defeat in the Italian War of 1499 to 1504.
Huh. Alright. That guy kind of looks like Columbus a little bit.
Looks like Columbus with a longer head.
Yeah.
Longest
talking
cheeks
about
are.
Louis the 12th, right?
Yes.
Yeah, on the right.
Yeah, he's got some long cheekbones.
He does. Maybe he's part horse, long face.
It's like the upper part of his head is Columbus, and the lower part is just Putin.
It is. Oh my god, you're right.
He's got the flat lips.
He does.
Alrighty. In the year 1779, Charles Messier adds M57 ring nebula in Lyra to his catalog.
Huh. Alright. Well, let's take a look at this.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
M57, ring nebula of something something. Images. Oh, okay.
Whoa, that's cool.
That is cool. That is pretty, yeah.
Very, very, very pretty.
It looks like a toxic swamp. So.
Indeed. It's like a it kind of looks like a hot spring.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like the blue stuff's the
like
water,
the
and then the rest of it's
so
the
that's
rocks.
why I was going with toxic swamp.
Yeah.
It has all the chemicals, the sulfur and such, in a hot spring that helps with your skin and stuff like that. Yeah, I've never been in a hot spring before. I gotta go. So.
They're pretty cool. I've never actually stepped in one. I've walked by one. I've also visited Old Faithful. That was pretty cool. I mean, that's not a hot spring, but it's near hot springs.
Well, I mean, it is a hot spring, but I wouldn't recommend going in it.
It's a hot spring that could literally turn you into bone paste.
Yes. Anyway, let's move on up to 1804. British Vice Admiral William Blige fleet reached Curacao. Okay. We got some U.S. history here. In 1865, General Robert E. Lee was named Commander-in-Chief of Confederate Armies during the U.S. Civil War. It's late in the game there. But look at that. He has 3 stars on his collar there. And we got another historic event here. 1874, Jesse James King robbed a train at Gads Hill, Missouri.
I like how that's significant, but something else entirely is not. It's like, okay, he robbed someone? Cool.
Well,
did we ask?
I'm surprised you didn't go, Arthur, I have a plan.
Oh, Arthur. Come on, Arthur. We have a plan.
God damn it, Dutch, I'm tired of your stupid plans. I'm going to Missouri.
We need money, Arthur. He's like Cowboy Joe Swanson.
Oh my god. He's Cowboy Joe Swanson who can actually walk.
Yeah. It's like pre-bullets to the kneecaps.
Oh no, Dutch. Looks like you look like a toothpaste. That's because you ran me over with a tank, Arthur.
That's because you ran me. his lungs start deflating from pain. He just goes. Oh shit, we're off to an energetic start today. Dang. We're off to a very energetic start.
I think it's your turn in 1901.
Alrighty. In 1901, Anton Chekhov's play, The Three Sisters, opens at the Moscow Old Theater.
Huh.
Oh, yes, Chekhov. Alrighty. In 1920, Quebec Bulldogs center Joe Malone sets the NHL record with 7 goals in a 10-6 win against Toronto St. Patrick's at the Quebec Arena.
Huh.
That's pretty damn impressive.
Why is
7
this
goals,
guy,
that's like... Huh?
Why does this guy look like he belongs to the Addams family? Like, it looks like
He
he's
looks
a zombie.
like
his
if-
eyes look sunken in or something. Is it just me?
does.
Yeah.
Is that the original owner of the Thing?
Maybe, huh.
He was just an original member of the Addams family, and then his hand fell off and he disappeared. The hand became the Void and he got sucked in.
No, he was in NHL, so maybe he got cut off from a rogue ice skate accident.
Possibly.
Yeah. Anyway, theory
But yeah,
crafting brought to you by This Date in History.
But yeah, no. If you think about it, though, like 7 goals, that's the equivalent of scoring 7 passing touchdowns in the NFL. Like, that's a big deal.
Well,
Very difficult to attain.
well, yeah. I mean, like,
And that's like 7 passing touchdowns in one game. It may seem like, because they have like an hour to do it, they have like, but you also got to consider how long do they have the ball? How
Yeah.
long does that team that scored those 7 touchdowns have the ball?
well, it's not just your team; it's the opposing team.
Yeah,
How much
that too.
like stuff is in your way. Like an hour may seem like
Mhm.
a long time, but it's really not.
The last time I ever watched a guy do that was Drew Brees. Like the last 2 guys that I can think. Well, actually, no, there was 3. 2 of them did it in the same season. Nick Foles and Peyton Manning, but Manning did it week 1 of the 2013 season, and then Foles did it later on, and then Brees did it a few years later. And that was the year that the Broncos ended up winning their last Super Bowl.
That's Country Broncos,
Anywho.
right?
Yeah, let's Country Broncos ride. Anywho. Yeah. The first Winter Olympics. In the year 1924, Austrians Helene Engelmann and Alfred Berger win the Paris skating gold medal at the Chamonix Winter Olympics. Beat Finnish pair Ludwika Jakobsen and Walter Jakobsen by just 0.39 points.
That is very close.
Ooh. Oh boy, that is like by the tip of your hair on the top of your head. That's like, oh boy.
Oh, speaking of oh boys, I'm gonna DM you a joke that just came to mind that I don't think I should mention on the show. So let's see here.
I'll have to mention those 7 touchdown games. I'll have to show you the Peyton Manning one. After the show, I'll show you that.
Yep.
It was really impressive.
We're
I
gonna
might
move
even
on
try
to
to get the link.
1924, Australia Asian Championships men's tennis in Sydney. James Anderson of Australia won second straight Australia Asian crown. Defeated countryman Gerald Patterson 11-9, 2-6, 6-2, 6-3. And yeah, like yesterday and like many days before, we've been talking about the Australian Open. This is the Australia Asian because back then, for the same reason as like a lot of games for the past 20 years, like World of Warcraft and whatnot, have combined Asia and Australia into one little like nugget. Australia Asia, same reason. For back then. So, yeah.
Yeah.
1927, National League rules future Baseball Hall of Fame infielder Rogers Hornsberry cannot hold stock in the St. Louis Cardinals and play for the New York Giants. Earns $2,916 a day, a dividend on the same day. So, yeah, that's a conflict of interest right there. You know, you can't hold stock in one team and play for another because that's a conflict of interest right there. You know, because then you know you can if your team were facing the team that you had stock in, you can throw the game, increase your stock, make a profit. You know. Then Trotsky was expelled on this date in 1929. Leon Trotsky was expelled from Russia to Turkey. That's not that far away, but yeah, Stalin and Trotsky were at odds, and Trotsky lost. He ran. I think he made it all the way to like Argentina or something. I don't know. Like,
wow.
I don't know. Like, where did Trotsky die? Hold on. Where did Trotsky die? Mexico City.
Wow.
So he made it all the way there, and then he was still like not out of the reach of. This is why like Dmitry Sosokovich, him, you know, like surviving the purge despite, you know, being on the list several times by Joseph Stalin himself, it's such a big deal that Stalin could kill you no matter where you were on this earth. You were not safe. He was on the other side of the planet and still got killed. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So. And then, speaking of bad people, 1933, Adolf Hitler promised parliamentary democracy. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, that mustard gas did a number on that man.
Yeah.
he went from a normal human being that was kind of rebellious. Given the whole fucking. He was still a little twisted then, but I think that World War I was that thing that just set him off.
Well,
like,
I mean,
it was
war.
just
like World War I is like arguably the most brutal war ever fought because of trench warfare. Like literally, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people died a day, just to move your trench forward like by an inch. You know, like.
The reason being, the reason I say it set him off is because he was fighting alongside. I think he was in the Austrian army. Wasn't he? Or no, or was he part of the German army?
I think he was part of German, but he was an Austrian. So
yes.
Austria and Germany were allies because it was the Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria was assassinated, and that's what set the domino effect that eventually started the First World War because of all the political allegiances, you know, guaranteed this, like, you know, defense pact that, all that stuff. So
yeah, and the thing is, like, they told him. And this is exactly what set him off. This was the snapping point, like where he really lost his shit. Pardon my language. They told him to shave his face because they were gonna have to work because they used gas and whatnot because they were using chemical warfare in that time. That was prior to it being banned.
If you're talking about why he has a mustache, that is a rumor because. Like, that was a style back then because, you know, when you put on your gas mask, same reason why firefighters are close-shaven, you want to have an airtight seal, you know? Yeah. So.
And they told him to, and the whole story behind this is that, like, they told him to shave his beard down, like to trim it really thin. He didn't. Because apparently he still had a very thick beard at the time. And he didn't listen, didn't trim his beard down. And all of a sudden, bam, because his mask didn't seal, or it didn't seal in properly, and it just boom, that gas got up his nose and stuff. He breathed it in, and he was just sitting there gagging, like the dude couldn't breathe. But yeah, no, that was the whole. There was like a whole thing on it.
Yeah, well, so that's an actual thing. I thought it was a rumor. Like I thought because
he actually. Okay. Yeah, no, that beard was real. He actually, he used to have a full beard.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he learned his lesson and trimmed it down. Although the whole vendetta with that whole thing about World War II, like with the Holocaust and whatnot. Sorry for bringing that up, but yeah, no, that he blamed those people for that when it was his own mistake. Like he wouldn't take the blame for himself. He didn't take accountability for his own actions.
Well, you know, I would love to have this conversation. Let's talk about it in the Peanut, actually. So,
yeah.
Let me add this in.
You know what? Yeah. It's actually it's a good subject for Peanut.
Yeah. So here we go. Hitler's beard / mustache. Gas attack. Blaming War One. Okay. Anyway, it's your turn, sir.
Yeah. Alrighty. In the year 1933, the French government of Edouard Daladier takes power.
All right.
In the year 1934, Franklin Delano Roosevelt devalues U.S. dollar in relation to gold at $35 per ounce. Quite a bit.
I think
Per
that's
ounce.
I think that's good because
Yeah.
well, no,
Not
he
a-
devalued the dollar. I'm no economist. I don't know the full extent of what this means. So,
Well, an ounce isn't really that much. It's a minuscule amount. It's really not much. For gold, that's tiny.
well, yeah. Well, today, gold per ounce today is $1,926.
Yeah.
So,
And the thing is, like, with that is that, because money doesn't worth, it's not worth near as much as what it was.
well, that's
Because
because
back then,
that's because money today is not valued off of. We've had this conversation. It's not valued off of gold. It's valued off of itself.
Mhm.
And
yeah, no, like its own specific value has gone down over the years, given because nowadays there's more money. There's more money sitting around than there was back then.
You know what? Why don't we talk about this as well in the peanut? I just put that in there too.
Wow, today's show's given us quite a few show ideas.
Oh, we didn't even have a peanut last Sunday. Like we've been skipping every other Sunday for a little bit now. So I'm trying to get more active on having more subjects to talk about. I would like to have it as a weekly show again. So.
Oh, nice. In the year 1941, in his 13th title defense, Louis Louis, whatever it may be. Louis. It works. Either way, it works. It works with the spelling. It works either way. So, he KOs Red Berman in the 5th round at Madison Square Garden, New York, to retain his NYSAC heavyweight boxing crown.
What is NYSAC? I have a feeling it's New York something. New York State Association Counties? That can't be right. Boxing. Hold on. New York State Department of State. What? New York State Department of State.
The the New York State Department Athletic Commission.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 1943, Field Marshal Friedrich Paulus surrendered to Soviet troops in Stalingrad. We spoke about that yesterday. On this same date in history, I believe that's when Hitler promoted him to be a field marshal with the hopes that he would not surrender during the Stalingrad thing, and of course he did. So,
I was gonna say that is the hardest someone has ever fought for a city in probably that I know of.
The Battle of Stalingrad was one of the most, if not the most, brutal, bloody, strung out, sieges and battles in all of recorded history.
And
lasted
you have
several
to
years.
You have to give kudos to fucking Russia. That was the most impressive stand that I have ever seen from a place such as Russia. I'm not a fan of Russia. I'm not saying I support them, but you have to admit that is pretty impressive that you took on an army that was 10 times the size of yours.
Well, it's not just that, because there's a lot of things that people don't realize, and I'm sure you already know this, but I'm going to repeat this anyway for posterity. Stalin prohibited the evacuation of civilians from the city, so that way the soldiers had even more of an incentive to stay and fight because the citizens are there with them. Like when there's an active combat zone, what's the first thing you do? Evacuate the civilians. He did not do that. So civilians were dying alongside the soldiers, and it was a very rare instance in history. So there was a lot of brutal tactics and stuff from the Russians to themselves, that allowed them to win.
Yeah.
So,
and those tactics, they may have been reckless, but they worked.
Yeah. And speaking of tactics that are reckless and worked, 1944 Operation Overlord or D-Day was postponed until June. So they were supposed to invade at some point before, And initially they're going to invade on June 5th, but there was bad weather and everything. And then like a meteorologist or whatever they were called back then, like a weather person, noticed a possibility of the weather clearing up the next day on June 6th. And they're just like, F it, go for it. And then they went for it, and it did clear up, and then the rest is history, as we know.
Yeah.
Back to you, sir.
Alrighty, in the year 1948, J.D. Salinger's short story, A Perfect Day for Banana Fish, appears in The New Yorker.
What? What the hell's a banana fish?
It's like a fish inside of a banana, or a banana inside of a fish?
A fish shaped like a banana? Apparently it's an anime. It's a...
we can't. Oh, yeah, we can't say the word that we're gonna say. We can't say it. We're not allowed to. Wait, is that? Well, no, that can't be the actual one. Oh no, because you only type banana fish.
Yeah, banana fish, 1948. Yeah. Hold on a second. Okay, here we go.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. I was like, huh?
It's a fish shaped like a banana, or a banana with fish attributes.
It's a banana with fins. It's a banana with organs. It's a sentient banana.
Oh my god, bro. Dude, somebody got a tattoo of a banana fish.
Oh my god, why did they have to do a bass? They really had to do a smallmouth bass for that? What the heck?
Wow. It's upside down too. So,
oh my.
Is it the dead banana fish?
Oh, that's right on the outside of the arm.
Yeah, like here's like this is the inside of the arm.
Yeah, you can see the tricep. You can see the tricep there on the right.
Yeah. Wow.
That's odd. That is very odd.
Anyway.
Anywho. In 1949, Australian Championship Women's Tennis. Starting Doris Hatt beats Nancy Wing from Bolton 63 and 6-4 in the first of her 6 Grand Slam singles titles.
Nice.
Crikey.
God.
In the year 1950, U.S. President Harry Truman publicly announces support for the development of a hydrogen bomb.
And that's the same guy who authorized the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So
yeah, the hydrogen bomb's a little reckless.
Yeah.
It's a little careless.
I think that's beyond the care, because like initially people thought if you split the atom, then it would cause a chain reaction that would, ultimately destroy the entire universe. And you want to talk about reckless? They're just like, let's do it anyway. And thankfully,
and we locked it. And luckily, we didn't destroy the entire universe out of our own stupidity.
Yeah, we're just gonna destroy ourselves eventually.
Oh yeah, because we just kind of wing it. We have this bad habit of winging it.
I have a meme. I'm gonna wing it seconds before disaster.
Seconds before this destroys it. It just levels 2 cities.
God.
Modern Warfare reference.
Yeah.
In 1953, New York, Cleveland, and Boston retaliated Bill Veeck, forcing the Browns to play afternoon games to avoid sharing TV revenues.
Huh. Okay.
It's always something with the Browns, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're always getting into something. Nothing cheating-wise, it's just them being dumb.
Out of context, that could be taken very badly.
Let's see what you just sent me. Nice. Oh boy.
1955 Australian Championship Men's Tennis. In an All-Australian final, Kevin Rosewall won his second Australian title, defeated Liu Hode 9-7, 6-4, 6-4.
That Ken literally looks like your average Australian, but without the blonde hair.
I guess.
He really does. Look at how his teeth are shaped. It's got like the teeth of an Australian.
I'm not a professional on the
It's like you want to talk like that dude. That guy is looking like Crocodile Dundee.
Okay.
Not exactly like him, but similar.
Well, I don't know about you, but I don't spend the majority of my time in movies staring at people's mouths. But that's just me.
Think redneck, but with better kept hair.
Well, I was gonna say, if anything, those teeth look a little British, but Australians are descended from the Brits, so. Anyway, 1956, French government of Guy Mollet formed. All right.
Mullet.
Yep. And in 1958, we have a television premiere. Jackpot Bowling premiered on NBC with Leo Durocher as host. Okay. Treated interest, huh?
In 1959, former star MLB shortstop and manager Joe Cronin signs a 7-year pact to become an American League president.
Huh.
In 1961, The Misfits premieres in New York City, the final movie for Booth Clark Gable. Booth Clark Gable. both Clark Gable and Marilyn Monroe.
God.
Both. What am I, Canadian? Both.
For half a second, my brain went to John Wilkes Booth. I'm just like, what?
Anywho, in 1961, David Ben-Gurion resigns as Prime Minister of Israel. That's, I think that man needs to clean his hair up a little bit. It's a little wiry.
He looks like the human form of the bird form of Bernie Sanders. Like, you've seen Bernie Sanders, right?
It's like Bernie Sanders with a bigger nose.
No. Bernie Sanders, like, right here.
Oh.
So, he looks like the human form of the bird
Sanders.
form. He looks like the human form of the bird form of Bernie Sanders.
He's got the hair and everything. He's got the lack of hair on the top of his head.
Like, you know when you translate something into another language, and then translate that into another language, and then translate that back into the first language? Like, and something gets lost in translation? He's the result of the third generation photocopy, you know? Or I guess, since he came first, I guess Bernie Sanders looks like him? Question mark? I don't know.
Bernie Sanders is a descendant of David Ben-Gurion.
Probably.
Very flat nose, by the way. How pressed in that looks. Jesus. That can't be health. That can't be okay. It must be tough to breathe.
Probably.
Anywho, in 1963, Tony Sheridan and the Beat Brothers, later known as the Beatles, record What Did I Say and Ruby Baby.
Huh. Now, I did not know that the Beatles had a name before that, the Beat Brothers. So that makes you wonder, like, are they called the Beatles not because of, like, the insect? Are they the Beatles because of the beat? The Beatles. They're
Beatles.
They're Beatles, like, people who do the beat. I don't know. That's an interesting thought.
Another theory for another day.
Yep. Actually, I gotta add that in to the kicked peanut real quick here. All right, we got an important vote. This vote is important. Every vote's important, but for some reason this is marked as super important. 1964, a rigged constitutional referendum in Ghana saw 99.91% vote in favor, turning the country into a one-party state and making Kwame Nkrumah president for life. Well, that screams corruption right there. So,
yep. Doesn't that sound familiar?
Yeah, very much
2020,
so.
cough, cough.
Let's not talk about that. I don't want another strike, please. 1966,
yeah,
Australian Championships men's tennis. Roy Emerson made it 4 straight Australian titles. Defeated U.S. Arthur Ashe 6-4, 6-8, 6-2, 6-3. Dang, poor Arthur Ashe keeps getting his ass handed to him.
He paid the refs. They paid the refs to watch Arthur Ashe get his ass kicked.
Wow.
Poor guy.
Wow.
He got the Patriots treatment. He got the Patriots treatment.
And I'm not even going to bring in the obvious reason why they would do that.
Oh yeah, they can't even do that anymore.
And then we got Australian Open women's tennis in 1966. Margaret Smith won her 7th consecutive Australian singles title, defeated U.S. Nancy Ritchie in a walkover. Ritchie was injured.
Dang.
And yeah, as the Golden Loon brought up yesterday, with the men's tennis, they get like a trophy or whatever, you know, if they win. With the women's, they get a plate. Do you see that in the picture? It's a plate.
You're gonna play. How ironic.
And I have a feeling that your brain went to the same area as mine, because to me that just is that's like a subliminal form of telling them to get back to a certain room in the house. So
oh god, it's screwed up.
hey, good job, you won the tournament. Here's a plate. Now go make me a sandwich.
Oh my god!
Seriously,
yeah, we're
a
treading a thin ice today.
Like, you know, I apologize if I offended anybody, but seriously, if you want to have a beef with somebody, go yell at the people who are like in charge of the trophies. Why do the females give a plate? Don't give me the ammo to make these jokes, okay?
Yeah, don't be giving us ammo.
Yeah.
I know we're treading thin ice, but like, don't be giving us ammo.
Don't come after us. Go after the head of the snake. We're just the body. Like, go after the source. If they were getting actual trophies instead of plates, that joke wouldn't exist. So.
I mean, I think the joke would still be there even with a trophy, because a trophy also doubles as a cup.
1971, My Sweet Lord, by George Harrison. It's number one on
this
UK.
This might be the most offensive video we have. I'm sorry. You go ahead.
My Sweet Lord.
My sweet lord. Oh my.
In 1972,
Sorry,
Aretha Franklin sung at Mahalia Jackson's funeral. Oh, that's sad.
Oh.
But and yeah, like the alphabet community, they're going after Aretha Franklin because of her song "Natural Woman." It's transphobic or something. So.
Oh my god, it's transphobic. Oh my god. Wait.
Anyway, back to your turn, sir.
Anywho, in 1975, Barry Manilow's single, Mandy, goes gold.
Huh.
In 1975, John Lennon releases single, Number 9 Dream.
Take a number 9 large, number 7 with extra
Number
dip,
9.
number
What?
24 with extra soda and a large pot.
Did you say extra dip, or did you say extra,
I said dip, dude.
Okay, good. You better have. Don't make me come back. Don't make me go back through the recording.
No, dude.
Catch you in 4K.
No, dude, you're going to Cluckenbell, not to Wiener Schnitzel.
Fucking, oh my god, Cluckenbell.
That was the name of the restaurant. And
Yeah,
it was called Cluckenbell.
I know. Yeah, no, I used to regular that place in the game.
The actual, you can actually go through the drive-thru in GTA 5. It's still there, like somewhere in that area. I've been there. 1976, third American Music Awards. Olivia Newton-John and John Denver won. All right. Country roads, take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country
Funny.
roads.
He made a cameo. John Denver. He made a cameo in a movie. There, probably about a decade, not even a decade ago, or not even 10 years ago, if that. It's called. I think it was called The Golden Circle. I forget the name. It's a good movie. I don't even think it was it might have been like maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Fire and Ice, Rocky Mountain Reunion, John Denver at Webley Arena.
Wasn't that?
On my shoulders.
It was fairly recent.
Well, he died in 97. So.
Oh. Okay. So. Oh wait, hang on. I was thinking of a different guy. Sorry. Hang on. Wait. Shit.
We got to pick this up. So.
Yeah. True.
I believe it's your turn now.
In 1981, 38th Golden Globes, Ordinary People, Robert De Niro and Mary Tyler Moore win.
I mean, I wouldn't call them ordinary people, but okay. So.
How is Robert De Niro winning awards? He plays the same character in every movie. He has no range. His movies suck.
Probably he's just really good at that character.
He's just really good at playing as that same character. I mean, I could say the same about Ryan Reynolds, but I'm not going to because Ryan Reynolds.
Well, also Ryan Reynolds.
But yeah.
And now we have
Ryan
discount Bill Clinton over here, the Chinese knockoff Bill Clinton.
That's Larry Bird, dude. Come on,
like
man.
He looks like a Chinese knockoff Bill Clinton.
He looks like Bill Clinton, but if he was not an idiot. It's like non-idiotic Bill Clinton and never missed a shot. Anywho, in 1982, 32nd NBA All-Star Game, Brendan Byrne Arena, East Rutherford, New Jersey. East beats West, 120 to 118. Larry Bird of the Boston Celtics.
Yep.
Looks like he's not very happy.
I have a rebuttal to you saying not miss a shot. Bill Clinton didn't miss a shot under the desk.
Third up one speech.
Oh my god. I'm just like, I'm waiting to see, like, you know, a red dot, like, appear on my forehead.
Oh, I'm just waiting for I'm just thinking about that South Park clip about Bill Clinton. When he was doing his speech and all of a sudden fucking Monica Lewinsky comes out from underneath the desk.
The podium? Yes.
Pops out of the desk. She wipes her mouth off in the clip.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I love that episode. So, it's not my fault that South Park is such a messed up show, okay? That I love that show. It's just too funny to not reference it. I'll have to pull the clip up at some point. Not during the show, but afterwards. I'll have to pull it up. Okay. Anywho, where were we?
1982.
And the US Male Figure Skating Championship won by Scott Hamilton. I'm sorry, Scott. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just...
The US.
We made a joke prior, bud.
We got a music premiere with actor Mark Hamill for some reason. 1985, Max Showalter and Peter Walker's musical Harrington and Hart, starring Harry Groening and Mark Hamill, opened at Longacre Theater in New York City, running for a staggering 4 whole entire performances. That sucks. Wow. In 1985, South African President P.W. Botha offered to free Nelson Mandela if he denounced violence. Good. So, yeah, P.W. Botha is the guy, I believe, who repealed apartheid. And yeah, he's just like, you know, hey, don't be violent. He's like, I'm not going to be. Like, okay, you're free. And then 1987, 44th Golden Globes, Platoon, Bob Hoskins and Marlee Matlin won. Platoon was a really good movie. So. And right back to you. Perfect. Actually, Super Bowl time.
Yeah. Sad. I mean, at least they're addressing it as they're addressing Washington with their correct name. Like those In 1988, Super Bowl 22, Jack Murphy Stadium, San Diego, California, Washington Redskins. That's their actual name, people. Get it right. It's not the Commanders or the Washington football team. It's the fucking Redskins. Get it right.
You heard it here, folks. It's the Redskins.
It is the Redskins. It really is. It always has been. Washington, beat them 42-10. MVP Doug Williams, Washington QB.
Dang.
An NFL quarterback, John Elway, who actually ended up ending his career with back-to-back Super Bowls with Denver.
Speaking of South Park, I remember that Cartman had some kind of fantasy that he thought John Elway was his dad.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, you know what's funny? They actually have remember how they have a statue of John Elway in their town?
Yeah.
That's how much that's how loyal those Colorado fans are to that team. They have statues of their elite quarterbacks. Just think though, if that Denver squad had the 2015 defense, say every year that we went to the Super Bowl and had that defense, we win every single time. We'd be undefeated.
All right, Uno Mas, 93.
In 1993, Australian Open men's tennis. American Jim Courier retains his title. Repeats previous year's win over Stefan Edberg, 6-2, 6-1, 2-6, and 7-5.
Nice.
Good work. Good work, random citizen. Jimothy.
Then we got a film premiere here in 1994. Mexican telenovela Marimar, starring Thalia and Eduardo Capetillo, premiered. All right. In 1995, here we go again. President Bill Clinton authorized a $20 billion loan to Mexico to stabilize its economy, which didn't work. What a surprise. You give money to a bunch of people who don't know how to handle money, they're not going to figure out randomly how to magically handle money. You know? Mexico's in a shithole, let them be in a shithole. That's their decision. You know, no skin off our nose. In 1998, Australian Open women's tennis. Switzerland's Martina Hingis retained her title, defeated Conchita Martinez of Spain 6-3, 6-3 for 5th Grand Slam title. And television debut, 1999, Seth MacFarlane's Family Guy, first aired on Fox TV. Wow.
Yes!
Wow.
Sorry, I had a lot of energy for that one. It's a good show.
It is a good show, and you know that's kind of wild. I'm thinking about it, like
first day of Family Guy was today.
Yeah, but I'm thinking Family Guy is older than you.
Yeah, no, quite a bit older than me.
Now, I have a question for you. Between The Simpsons and me, who's older?
Between The Simpsons and you?
Yeah.
Shit, that's a good question. I don't even remember when that show came out.
Simpsons.
See, it would be close, wouldn't it? It's an older show.
Simpsons came out December
is.
17th, 1989. I was born February 14th, 1987.
You are older than the show, okay. I know my mom's older than the show.
But I mean,
my mom was like 7 by the time it came out.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, that's really strange. Like, I'm older than The Simpsons and you're younger than Family Guy.
Yeah.
There's a big difference here.
Hell, I'm younger than the first 2 Fast and Furious movies.
You are?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 Fast, 2 Furious came out a year before I was born.
Huh.
Oh,
anyway, we're going to do the split here real quick. I'm trying to figure out how to better do the split. For anybody watching this non-live, there are 2 videos. So I gotta brainstorm how to do the split a lot better. So there's the second half of the show is under a different title, but I believe Anyway, let's do the split here. Badoop. All right, welcome to part 2. Mr. Doom Guy, do you want to start us off with a murder of interest here? The year 2000.
Wait, wait a minute. There's one right above it.
Okay.
I see my Broncos. Yay! Broncos country in 1999. Super Bowl 33, Pro Player Stadium, Miami, Florida. The Denver Broncos beat the Atlanta Falcons 34-19. The MVP was John Elway, the quarterback. That was his last season. That was the day he retired.
Oh.
He won the Super Bowl and then retired. Gone. Boom. Then he stopped playing.
Then why does it say? Isn't there an article about that then?
I don't. Maybe he didn't retire that day. It might have been after. It was. Oh, it was 98.
98. This was 99. So this was after he retired.
He officially retired in 98, but he said that because he retired. I think they go off of retiring at the end of the regular season, I believe, and then they. But realistically, that was the day he stopped playing football.
Okay.
That was the exact day that he stopped. Same with Peyton Manning. He did the same thing in the Super Bowl. He stopped playing that.
And Manning's the guy with the forehead, right?
He's the one with the big forehead, yes, but he was the smartest quarterback in history.
Well, yeah, because he has that big forehead. You know, he had a lot of
Dude,
cranial room.
The guy had so many offensive plays in his head, but he also had every defense mapped out in his head as well.
Not surprising.
With a little effort, and he could pick apart any defense. Anywho, in the year 2000, a fight between Ray Lewis and his companions and another group of people results in the stabbing deaths of Jacinth Baker and Richard Lolar, resulting in the indictment of Lewis 11 days on murder and aggravated assault charges.
Wow.
Aggravated, I mean. Yeah.
So.
Shit.
Wow.
I think he was later released. He was found not guilty, I believe.
Jeez.
Because if he was found guilty, he wouldn't have been playing it. He wouldn't have ever played again.
Yeah, you killed somebody.
100%.
You know, so.
Yeah, no, you can't join after that. Hence why old Simpson isn't allowed to play anymore.
Yeah.
That's why he never was. He got booted.
Good.
Because he was actually found guilty.
No, he was found innocent.
Or yeah, no, innocent,
he was found
but
guilty
then
of rape, but he was never charged with murder. Well, he was charged, but he was never found guilty of murder. So.
Oh yeah. Yep. Anywho, in 2001, in the Netherlands, a Scottish court convicts a Libyan and acquits another for their part in the bombing of Pan Am Flight 103, which crashed into Lorkerbie, Scotland, in 1988.
Wow. So it took 13 years to come to that conclusion. And we wonder why, the money, is just always flying all over the place.
Yeah.
Think about the cost. 13 years for an investigation into this.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I know you want to do things right, but 13 years seems a little... 1988 to 2001, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time. So...
Yeah.
On another historic event in 2006, Alan Greenspan retired as chairman of the Federal Reserve. Boo! Federal Reserve, boo!
Boo!
2006, U.S. Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor retired and was replaced by Samuel Alito. Oh, so she was the first female Supreme Court Justice. All right.
Samuel Alito. Who?
Sandra Day O'Connor.
Never heard. No. I wasn't referring to Saturday. Samuel. Who?
Oh.
Never heard of him.
I don't get the reference, but okay. And in 2009, we got an Australian Open women's tennis. Serena Williams won her 10th Grand Slam singles title, outclassed Dinara Safina of Russia 6-0, 6-3. Okay.
One could say that she is certainly built different.
Yes.
She's literally built like a linebacker, I swear to God.
She's
dude. She's built like a dude.
She, you can tell by the collarbone and her shoulders and everything. That's way too broad for her.
She has the shoulders of a guy, but also still has the normal feminine body.
Yeah.
She's just big. She's got good genetics. She's got very good genetics for her build.
Yep.
For her height, very good genetics.
How tall is Serena Williams?
I don't think she's that tall, though. I don't think.
5'9". So she's
she's fairly tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's really well built for her height.
Yeah.
Anywho. In 2010, Australian Open's men's tennis, Roger Federer now closes Scotsman Andy Murray 6-3, 6-4, 7-6 for his 4th Australian title.
Dang.
Kind of looks like Elijah Wood.
I'm looking at him, and it looks like both pictures were taken at the end of this match. He's like, hell yeah. The other guy's like, ugh.
So Roger Federer looks like Brock Osweiler. He was the backup quarterback for Peyton Manning on the Broncos. Andy Murray looks like a mix between Elijah Wood and Andrew Garfield.
I see a little bit of Adam Sandler in there, slightly. I guess the pose,
maybe.
I don't know. Anyway.
In 2012, Leonard Cohen releases his album Old Ideas, becomes #1 in 10 countries.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. In the year 2015, 17-year-old Lydia Ko of New Zealand becomes the youngest golfer in men's or women's golf history to be ranked number 1 in the world.
Nice. So why do they have to?
Yeah.
Why do they have to separate? I guess I don't know. Like men's or women's golf history. Why can't they just say golf history? Period. Like, like this can I feel like a grammar teacher right now. Like this could be removed. The section men's or women's. Anyway. And we got some more Australian Open men's tennis in 2016. Novak Djokovic retained championship for his record, equaling 6 Australian title. Defeated Andy Murray 6-1, 7-5, 7-6. The good old Nick.
It's Chef Russ.
Oh God.
It's the man. It's the man. It's the man himself. It's Chef Russ.
Chef Russ?
It's Chef Russ.
Oh.
That's him. That was young Chef Russ. That's that was a while ago. Wow.
So that's the same guy on your profile picture, right?
Yeah, same dude.
Nice.
Except the one of my photos from this past season.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's an older photo. Yeah.
2016 NFL Pro Bowl at the Aloha Stadium in Honolulu, Hawaii. Team Irvin defeated Team Rice 49-23. MVPs Russell Wilson, Seattle quarterback, and Michael Bennett, Seattle defensive end.
Yep, they both played on the. Michael Bennett was, I think he was a member of the Legion of Boom.
The Legion of
Boom.
Boom.
That was the name. That was the nickname of the Seattle defense. It was like a string of like 6 different players. They were like the number 1 defense of the decade. Up until the 2015 Broncos, but yeah.
In 2017, U.S. President Donald Trump announced he was nominating 49-year-old Neil Gorsuch to the Supreme Court. Okay.
I'll be nominating this person. Is that Russian Tom Brady? He looks like Tom Brady. He's got the butt chin and everything.
He does.
He's even got the haircut.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
On this date, 2 years ago in 2021, widespread protests in Russia against detention of opposition leader Alexei Navalny and his government, with 5,000 people arrested. Yep.
It's like,
Right.
Russian Tom Brady is not an athlete.
All right. Then in 2022, an online word puzzle Wordle bought for quote low 7-figure sum end quote by the New York Times. Low 7-figure figure sum. There's nothing low about that. You're 7 figures. You're in the millions. So, dang. Anyway, before we move on to the Burst and Death's audience, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most? Anything you wish we had elaborated more about had you been here? Or anything you would have liked to add had you been here? Start a dialogue down in the comments section. Anyway, let's move on into bursts. I'm going to start us off. Actually, no. Doom Guy, you start us off. 36 BC. Wow.
Alrighty. Oh, wow. And the in 36 BC, Antonia Minor, daughter of Mark Antony and Octavia Minor.
Wow, Mark Anthony. Huh.
Antony.
Yeah. Oh, this guy again.
Wow. That's quite the drawing.
Yeah, no, like I made a mention about that hat like a couple days ago. Alice said something about it even more recently, like, off the show doing something, and she's like, "Oh, he has a something hat," and I'm like, "No, that's a full-blown thing with a suction cup that you put on the wall that you put on his head." Anyway.
Tokugawa Ieyasu. A Japanese shogun who founded the first Tokugawa shogunate and united Japan, was born in Okazaki, Japan.
Oh wow, so he unified Japan. That's really cool.
Sweet. was for later on to be a country of vending machines.
Dude, yesterday, one of the articles on the news show was they've recently introduced a whale meat vending machine where you can buy like whale products like whale oil, whale meat, skin, blubber. It's like what you can buy in vending machines in Japan. It just blows my mind. Like there's things that I can't even talk about on air that you can get in a vending machine. So. Let's just say previously owned, unwashed certain things you can buy in a vending machine in Japan. Let's just leave it at that. So, yeah. I'll DM it to you. Anyway, we have Franz Schubert, born on this date in 1797. He was an Austrian composer, unfinished symphony, born in Vienna, Austria. Huh. We have James G. Blaine, 1830, a U.S. Secretary of State from 1881 and 1889 through 92, known as the Plumed Knight, born in West Brunsville, Pennsylvania. I believe we spoke about the Plumed Knight. Why was he called the Plumed Knight? I think that was a challenge I presented to the viewers the other day. We also have Henry Desgrange, 1865, was a French cyclist, journalist, and founder of the Tour de France, born in Paris, France, died in 1940. Alright, so founder of the Tour de France. That's cool. Anyway, I believe it's back to you. I think I might have stepped on your third. I'm not sure.
Oh, you're good. Alrighty. In the year 1913, Don Hutson, American College and Pro Football Halls of Halls of Fame.
Yeah, no, he's in the Hall of Fame for college and pro.
Sweet. Halls of Fame wide receiver, Green Bay Packers, born in Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Huh.
Halls of Fame.
Well, better than the halls of Moctezuma to the shores of Tripoli.
Yeah, true. Hey, I don't even know who this guy is. In the year 1914, Jersey Joe, an American boxer, the NESAC NBA, the Ring heavyweight titles, 1951 to 1952, born in Merchantville, New Jersey.
Now, one of those doesn't belong. The NBA. What is the NBA with boxing? Oh, National Boxing Association, maybe? They have to change their name. Because that's confusing. I thought you were talking about the Basketball Association.
Hey, now. He might have been a basketball player. You don't know. Probably not. I mean, if you're a boxer, I don't see why you would be a basketball player.
Jersey Joe NBA.
It's just an ad. It's just a pop-up.
No. It's just like looking for basketball. It's looking for basketball jerseys. Like
it's just like This
guy is inherently difficult to figure information about. Jersey Joe, boxer. NBA
clearly
boxer.
tough to beat in 1951.
Jersey Joe Walcott. Well, this is going to require more digging than we have time for. So, audience, I present you another challenge. What is this NBA he was in? Was it the basketball, or is this the National Boxing Association? Because I never heard of that one, but that might exist. I mean, it's not too outlandish. I remember back in the day, back in the 90s when I was a kid, the WWF was something for two. There's the World Wrestling Federation and the World Wildlife Foundation. So, things share acronyms a lot. Anyway.
In the year 1915, Thomas Merton, French-American Catholic writer and Trappist monk, 7-story mountain, born in the year 1950 in Prades, Pyrenees Orientales, France.
Huh. So when it says Trappist monk, with thanks to today's culture, I think of the trap music or whatever, Trap Queen and stuff like that. So Anyway, we have Jackie Robinson, 1919, a U.S. Baseball Hall of Fame second baseman, first black U.S. MLB player for the Brooklyn Dodgers specifically, six-time MLB All-Star, World Series of 1955, National League MVP in 1949, born in Cairo, Georgia. All right. And we got Norman Mailer, 1923, a U.S. novelist, Naked and the Dead and the Executioner's Song, born in New York City, New York. And Lorraine Warren, 1927, a U.S. paranormal investigator, Amityville Haunting, born in Monroe, Connecticut, died in 2019. I think this may have been the same person that Jontron spoke about. I'm not sure, during that Toys R Us haunting video. I don't know. Anyway.
I'll take your entire stock.
Yeah. Okay, now you have my attention.
What? What the?
Oh my god, you killed her, dude!
Jesus!
Bro, Jontron really is a memeable guy. It's too bad he's really fallen off the radar.
We got the Batman sequel coming out October 3rd, 2025.
That's in a couple of years.
Yeah. It'll be worth the wait, though, because I know it's going to be good.
Yeah, because it's Batman. You can't screw up Batman unless you add nipples and a credit card to it.
Or if you add Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
Oh, I think
with his very chilly puns.
There's a cold breeze going down. I don't know.
Another Superman movie's coming out that same year. So, yeah, it's gonna be an event. 2025 is gonna be so eventful. Oh my god. We got those two. We got two Avengers movies coming out that year.
I stopped watching Avengers like a long time ago. Like now it's turned into this cacophony of like no writing, no course, bad jokes, wokeism, all CGI, no heart. It's just literally they're just like pinching one off every other year to try to.
And then there's Infinity War. Endgame was, the ending was fitting. It was the ending works, but Infinity War was their best movie, hands down.
Well, the instant they started going into time travel, it's just like, dude, that's such a common trope. Oh, how can we fix this? Oh, time travel. Like, really, dude, you're gonna do that? Like, that's such a cheesy like C-level movie. Knee-jerk reaction. Yeah. Like, oh, that's just time travel. Like, no, it's bad writing. Very bad writing. Anyway, you got one more here in 1931.
In the year 1931, Ernie Banks, an American Baseball Hall of Fame shortstop, first baseman, 40-time MLB All-Star, and National League MVP 1958 and 1959. Chicago Cubs is who he played for. He was born in Dallas, Texas. Dallas.
Wow. So he was born in Texas and he played for Chicago.
Dallas, Texas.
That seems like a traitorous move right there.
Yeah, screw Dallas.
Yeah. We got
Nobody
Nolan
likes
Ryan,
Dallas.
this guy, the famous Nolan Ryan. Born on this date in 1947, he is 76 today. Happy birthday. He is a U.S. Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher, MLB no-hit leader of 7, strikeout leader of 5,714. Holy crap. World Series of 1969 New York Mets, 8-time MLB All-Star, California Angels, Houston Astros, Texas Rangers. Born in Refugio, Texas. All right. Yeah, good old Nolan Ryan. Then we have Virginia Rizicki. It's 1955, a Romanian tennis star, 1978 French Open champion, born in Câmpia Târzi, Romania. And John Lydon, 1956, an English singer-songwriter and musician for the Sex Pistols, God Save the Queen, born in Holloway, United Kingdom. Well, God didn't save the Queen not too long ago, so... back to you, sir. I saw one here, 1967, the first one. That name is very
Chad Channing. Chad Channing in 1967, who was an American rock drummer for the band Nirvana in 1988 to 1990. and the bass player for Book 4 Cars from 2006 to the present, which means, yeah, he still is. He's still one. Born in Santa Rosa, California.
All right. And yeah, that name is very like Chad Channing. It's like double Chad or something.
Chad Channing. That reminds me of this video of Eli Manning disguising himself and going into the Penn State facility.
Huh.
Yeah, that cracked me up. And you. This guy. Justin Timberlake, in the year 1981, was born. American singer-songwriter, Can't Stop the Feeling, and Sexy Back. An actor, friends with benefits, born in Memphis, Tennessee.
Huh.
His halftime show was atrocious.
I bet.
Oh, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Then again, they've all been bad as of late. They've all sucked.
Yeah.
The recent one wasn't too bad because it had Eminem in it, but that's about it. Like, Eminem literally carried the entire show. Him and 50 Cent carried the show. Kendrick Lamar fucking ruined it.
Well, because Eminem and 50 Cent are Eminem and 50 Cent. You know, they're great.
Yeah, because they're awesome.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar sucks. Everybody's under this
that
impression that he's better, but, like, he sucks. He's a terrible singer. He's a terrible rapper.
I don't know who that is, let alone, like, can't even see why he would think he'd be better than Eminem of all people. Come on.
Well, it's not even that he thinks he is. It's his fan base is under this impression that he's better than Eminem. It's like, no, he's not. There are no better rappers than Eminem.
Well, keep in mind, some people think that the world is flat, so... And,
yeah,
like,
true.
7% of people in this country believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. Some people are just dumb beyond saving, so...
Oh, yeah, true.
Anyway, we're going to move on up into deaths. Starting us off in the year 743, we have Muhammad al-Bakir Shia Imam, born in 676. And then we have Guy Fawkes, died on this date in 1606. He was the English Catholic conspirator who was convicted of in the gunpowder plot, the blow of the British Parliament. He was hanged at the age of 35. And yes, if he looks familiar, his likeness is what the anonymous masks are based off of. If you remember the 5th of November, that's this guy. So
yeah, no, like the whole the V for Vendetta mask, that's the one.
That's him.
That's where they got it. Yep, that's the one. That's where they got it.
Yep, and that's another movie I have to see. So.
Yep, it's a good movie.
And then we have A.A. Malign, not A.A. Ron, died on this date in 1956. He was an English author of the Winnie the Pooh books, died at the age of 74. Rest in peace. Oh, bother. Oh.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Alrighty. Samuel Goldwyn, the year 1974. He was a Polish-born Jewish-American film producer. The Best Years of Our Lives and movie magnate. Dies of natural causes at the age of 91.
Hold on, sorry about that. No, Goldwyn. I believe he is the G in MGM, Metro Golden Mayer. So, yep.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's him. Yep, that's the guy. Yep, Metro Golden Mayer.
Yep.
Or Metro Golden Mayer.
I don't know why it doesn't say that. One of the,
It should mention that. Yeah. It's one of the biggest movie companies today.
Yeah, they have a casino in Vegas, hotel and casino.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
I remember way back in the day, like back in the 90s, like the entrance to the MGM Grand was like you have to go through like this big, like lion head. So you go through the mouth, and like
that's cool.
Yeah. Now you're gonna get pissed off, and I was pissed off too. They changed it so that way the entrance is normal and like the lion is above, just sitting there. You want to know why?
Why?
Because a bunch of Chinese people said it was bad luck to enter through the mouth of a lion, so they retrofitted their entire entrance just because of a few, Oriental complaints.
Because of Oriental complaints of people that can barely see to begin with.
Well, let's not, go down.
No. I mean, like, not like in that manner, but like, just their that belief that would be bad luck is just stupid. That's a terrible belief.
You see, and like, I understand, you want to make a buck, but if you're gonna take the knee to like every little complaint, then you shouldn't be in business, because you're not the only hotel and casino on the strip. Like if they don't want to enter because of bad luck through a lion's mouth, then go to the Flamingo, go to the Stardust, go to the Sands, go to the Luxor, go to the Excalibur, go to the Wynn, go to the Bellagio, go to the Venetian. There are plenty of options.
It was like go to literally anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like go later. So yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but yeah, that's just them being
Complaining little whiners. Anyway.
Little whining whiners.
Yep.
Anywho, Mel Hein, in the year 1992, was an American NFL center for the New York Giants. Died of stomach cancer at the age of 82. R.I.P., bro.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, man.
Mm-hmm.
Raised in the trenches.
Yep. And I don't know how much more you have, but free reign.
You know what? I'll just take in Gillis.
What year?
Would scroll down a little bit. A little more. Smidge more. Should be like, yep, right there, 2018. Ann Gillis in the year 2018. Alma Connor. American actress Philene Bambi, Adventures of Tom Sawyer and Little Men, dies at the age of 90.
Huh. Alright. And that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links you may be interested in, including, but unlimited to, all things OMNI Coalition, which in itself includes, a link to Doom Guy's YouTube channel. He does live streams randomly, and does Instagram stuff. Probably sent me a message again, I'm not sure. Anyway,
Probably.
For your dose of Past Events Daily, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific Time, which is 11 Mountain, 12 Central.
And 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep. Which means on our other platforms, it'll be at around 11:30 or 12, most likely 12 at this point, before the upload starts showing up. Anyway, for all of you and all of us, I am Xander.
I am the Slayer.
And you are you, and until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!